Welcome back to Brand Champions. I'm Howard Walpoff, your host. Again, this is brought to you by Teal the Agency, and we're so glad to have Brooke Kruger from Casey Partners with us today for our conversation. So, Brooke, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you and excited to learn more about the role you have with branding with your clients. So why don't you share with us how you get started with the clients to really get them on track, find out what the real goals are for their business, and really to direct their branding.
Absolutely. So my background, I spent 6 years on the PR agency side, and I've been recruiting top communications talent for the past 20 years. I have my own search firm, which is Casey Partners, and we place communications candidates with agencies, corporations, startups, and VC firms. So while every client is different, we really try to find out when we're starting a search, what is going to be the right match for our clients, and how do we find a candidate that will encompass all they're looking for. So I really like to go deep with my clients and figure out what makes them tick, and then what's going to make the candidate tick as well, and what's going to motivate them, so we can find a good match that will help elevate their brand.
Which makes a lot of sense. PR is so very important, so very valuable to a company, and really having someone that understands the message but really connects with the key components of that company to make sure that message is getting out there is so very valuable to expanding the brand itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with communications people, they are constantly ambassadors of your brand. They are storytellers by nature. And so you want to get people who can truly understand your brand, and then also how to elevate it.
So how active is the PR industry these days? I know that when I was coming up, PR was so very important, but there's a lot of different aspects now with social media and a lot of those things covered by marketing. How does PR still fit into the mix for a company?
Well, PR and communications is absolutely critical for any company. Communications must have a seat at the table, or it's going to be hard for a company to be successful. So when we look at PR, a lot of people, think of earned media, someone getting a placement in a media outlet describing their brand. But it is that, but it's so much more about that. It's telling your story to all different audiences and stakeholders, whether it's internal employees, whether it's external, whether it's social media, whether it's thought leadership, just getting the message out there. I like to think about it, when you have a message or news or a storyline, there should be, 8 to 10 ways to get it out there. And you constantly have to be thinking, how can you push past the traditional media, but also taking care of that as well.
It's so true what you say, because you really can get a message much farther. PR people do a great job of getting mentions in news broadcasts and national broadcasts, finding different ways to slide things into the television shows, and product placement is really a great way to do that. And I guess, what brings you the most excitement when working with the company and finding that right match?
What brings me the most excitement, I love finding people who can tell my clients stories. And when at the end of the day, I'm talking to candidates all the time. And what I'm trying to figure out is what motivates the candidate and what's going to make them happy. And if that skill set is aligned with my clients, because when I can find the perfect match, that's amazing. When someone is truly excited to tell their company's story, you can see that, and it's going to resonate more.
Well, it's great that you are finding the right people for these companies and really helping them get further and further ahead with their growth. So we thank you so much for joining us today and sharing this with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
And thank you all for joining us today. PR is so still important for companies to get a message out and to find ways to be leaders in the community. Having PR people lead the media to you, to be a spokesperson for different concepts that come up, finding different ways to get your message out there in the marketplace, finding that right person to do that is really key. I'm glad that Brooke brings some attention to this, and please go check out all of her information. Go out, have a great rest of today, and we will see you next time.